Welcome back, Chrono Troops, to more Smite Assault with your boy ChronoKitty here, playing a fun random assault game. We get random picks, and today I'm going to be playing Awilix for you. We'll be playing with Morgan Kepri, Danzenborough, and Kali against a Arachne Morgan Le Fay, not to be confused with the Morrigan, and a Rajan Ra and Rama. So, enemy team is super squish, but kind of so are we, although we do have the benefit of a tank, but the enemy team does have very high damage. That bodes well for me. I am playing one of my favorite classes, the Assassin class, and playing Awilix as well, a extremely high damage, high burst damage assassin. And so I'm looking at those squishies like Arachne, Morgan Le Fay, Rajan, and Ra, and Rama to a lesser extent, but going, those are some sweet, sweet kills. Her kit is a really strong. It has, say, some knockups, some cripples, some roots in it, and she has high movement speed, and I'll go for those abilities as I use them. I started off with a Shogun's Kusari and a Bluestone Pendant. Shogun's Kusari specifically because 3 individuals on the enemy team are magic users, high damage magic users, and I want to be able to survive the early game, and I would like that item that helps me survive the early game to be useful all the way through the game if I do choose to keep it all the way into late game. And Shogun's Kusari is a good item just for that because it gives you MP5 for the sustain. It gives you also magical defense, as well as its passive, which gives an aura to you, and ooh, I got the pull there, and nice, and perfect, and we got the finish. So, so as I was saying, so it'll give me the aura for attack speed, 20% for me and my allies, and then the Bluestone to also help with that sustain, more MP5. And also give its passive is every time I damage an enemy god with an ability, it does it gives more damage on top of that, and it can upgrade to be even more powerful into the late game. So kind of a calculated way of thinking of the early game, mid game, and late game with one items. I think Kepri accidentally ulted himself instead of the and we got the kill on the Arachne there. Exactly what I'm talking about with the Awilix. Extremely high damage, and we are seeing that now. Her abilities are her X or her 1, depending on what system you're playing on, is going to be her pet Suki, which she rides upon and gives her additional movement speed. It's a little bit of a double-edged, and we didn't get that. Thought we were going to get a kill there, but the Danzenborough did get the finish. And so Suki is her pet Panther that she rides on that gives her an insane amount of movement speed, and that comes in really handy, specifically early game. Although useful the whole game around, but very powerful early game. And the Kepri is low. The one downside to Suki is she doesn't strafe well. So when you're on Suki and you're moving left to right, she moves very slow. And when you're backing up, I think she moves a little bit slower as well to a lesser extent. She really gets her movement buff on the Panther when she's moving forward. So taking advantage of that and knowing the benefits and the detriments of using it will help you maximize when you use Suki in the best way possible. When you use your X to your first ability to get on Suki, you have the ability to jump from that ability and leap even further, and to either get into position or out of position, depending on whether you're trying to engage or disengage, and that's when the cooldown starts. One of the great benefits of Suki also is that you can cancel Suki. And we got another pull on Rajan. Is he going to just teleport away? And yes, he is. So one of the downsides to fighting the Rajan, he does have that really good teleport. And now, even though he's really low, he's kind of, ouch, he's kind of in the back now and kind of healing up. So you can also cancel Suki to reduce the cooldown. Actually, you get the cooldown immediately back. You can jump off Suki and then jump back on Suki. So right there, I used Suki to go into the jump to try to get the kill, and now let's get out of here. Oh, I got the good guy Capri got me on his ultimate, which saved my life, keeps me from dying if I die within a certain amount of time, and it teleports me to him. So the enemy team did not get a kill on me there, and I live again. Or stay alive, as the case may be. So it's really good to use Suki in a manner where you're benefiting from the movement speed, but then also canceling out of it to go back in to use your abilities, because you cannot use your abilities other than the leap when you're in Suki, and then in order to do the jump dash, you press the button for the X again, or for the first ability again. So a lot of talking about her first ability because it's really powerful, really strong, and because the game is really all about position. I mean, it doesn't matter how much damage you do, and I always say this, doesn't matter how much damage you do, doesn't matter how much good tanking ability you have, if you cannot get in and out of position, then you are going to suffer from more deaths and less kills, because you are not going to be able to complete because you haven't taken into account the enemy team's position or your team's position. And so movement speed is king in this game. It really helps you so much. Second ability is her is a root and cripple. You have to be close enough to the enemy to use it, but it lets you jump to the other side of the enemy, behind the enemy, and does a lot of damage. So as you've noticed already, when I do that jump over the enemy, I do a crazy amount of damage, and it allows me to usually finish off with just a few more basic attacks or some other abilities if I have them up to use, right? So that's going to be one that I am going to be leveling a lot. As you can see, it's my first leveled ability, my second ability, because it is so strong and I need it to be. I need it to do most of the work for me. There is the Capri, there is the leap, there's the push, there's the push. There's the knock up, and there's the finish. I thought I was going to get the kill on the pull there, but that didn't happen. The pull's great, but I'll talk about that in a second. Our third ability is kind of throwing Suki at the enemy. Another still killing hunters, right? It's cool as long as it's completed. That's what I care about. The third ability is the throwing Suki ahead of you. It's a line attack. It's good for attacking minions, but specifically what it's used for is to get a knock-up on a enemy player. If you throw that and they are not facing you, they're facing to the side of you, or they're facing away from you, it'll knock them up, it'll push them up in the air, allowing you to go into your ultimate ability, which is anyone that has been recently knocked up, they're still in the air. Oh, that's good damage on the Arachne. And she has to ult away to get away. Goodbye, Arachne. I hate when as Arachne, I try never to use my ult to get away, because if I'm doing that, that means I have previously put myself in bad position, and therefore she loses the ability to use her ult as a damaging or engage ability. So the ultimate, when someone is knocked up, pulls them to you, and then allows you to use whatever abilities you have on them, or if your team is there, it allows them to utilize them. So in a way, it kind of acts as a what some other gods do. Ares has a really good pull. Cerberus has a really good pull. Daji is another common pull. All those pulls all kind of work the same. You just got to be near the enemy, or you have to tag them and pull them. Awilix is a little different. They just have to be knocked up. So you can kind of time it with other people. Like timing it here with the Morgan, with every time she knocks someone up. I think she's the only one on my team that knocks someone up. Let's see, I don't think Danzenborough does. Capri's is a grab. Yeah, so Morgan is the only one who knocks someone up, other than me, other than my 3 ability, my B. And that is... so I'm trying to let Morgan here know that... And so her ability is... It comes up more often than not. So the more knockups I can get... Oh, that's not a... That is not a knockup. That is... oh, there we go. There's the pull. And there is the death off of the Rama. Yeah, so letting the team know that we did a good job. And I'm on Suki here. Let's see if we can get the finish on the... Oh, and I'm going to miss the Ra. His passive gives him so much movement speed. So good on him. He needed to get out of the way there. So our ultimate pulls them to us. And our ability works different from others in the sense that when the enemy player gets knocked up, we just pull them. They don't really see it happening. They just know that, well, they see it happening when they're pulled, but it happens a lot faster than with Ares and with Daji and with Cerberus. I don't have to be near them to do it. All they have to do is be within range of my ability, which is pretty far for them. And if they're knocked up, I'm like Scorpion. I'm like, get over here, because that's typically going to be their death, because I do so much damage. And this is a bad placement, yeah, for the Rajan. He was just trying to save tower there. There is a point in the game when you should be defending your objectives, and there is another point where it just, and I kind of want to get a finish here if I can, and we did. And I also dived to tower. And as I said before in my previous video, when we die, we want to die to objectives more often than to players, because that denies the enemy players from the experience and gold from killing you. It keeps it with the objective. So really good death there, and really good kill on the Rama. So now I'm going into a... I definitely want as much cooldown as possible, but there's so many different items that benefit, that Awilix can benefit from. I think at the moment, the most important thing right now is going to be the ability to keep myself healed. I'm obviously going to a Jotuns for the cooldown. Going into Aranandite for more cooldown, max cooldown right now, because Shogun's Kusari, I mentioned before, also gives you 10% cooldown. So we are at max cooldown, and our damage is not half bad. So let's go ahead and get back into it. We are the high level right now. We don't want to go into a lot of dying. Give the enemy team the experience it needs. Doing ton. Oh, Rama ulted to get out of my abilities. There he is, and he is going to dash away. Can we do anything here? And we got the finish on him, thanks to Suki giving us the position we need. Now we have the Rama, and we did Kepri miss his pull. Let's see if we can get a few hits here. And I thought I hit the Ra, but apparently I just hit the wave instead with my kind of my dash over. And The Kepri got the kill on the Raw, and we are going in now. We have a wave with us. There's there's 3 of them up now. And we are just wrecking them and punishing them so hard. Our Kali is crazy low. She's definitely within kill range. And we got the finish. Oh, another kill from the... Oh, I don't know if this is gonna... Is that gonna finish me? That's not gonna finish me. Thank goodness for the Aegis. Oh, here comes Lady Spider Girl doing whatever Spider Girl does. Can she kill me? I don't think so. Geez, Spider Girl. Oh, but the Rama finished. Good finish on the Rama. His spirit arrows are real, and yeah, got a kill on our Morgan Le Fay as well. So yeah, so Rama's a really strong hunter. I like him a lot. The only thing I don't like about him is when playing him on console, his ult is stupid hard. I actually just a few months ago got my ult off all 3 hits on playing on console, and it was just a 100% luck. I just happened to randomly be going exactly where the enemy player was going, but it's so hard to hit off. In fact, I try not to use it unless I'm using it much more of an escape or a finish where I can just kind of pound it really fast. So next item is going to be a Crusher, which is going to give us attack speed as well as damage when we use an ability. Let's go ahead and punish the backline here and get a... Ooh! That was interesting. I thought I pulled one, but then I pulled the other instead after he died. That is a... Ooh, let's go ahead. Where are you going? Where are you going? Your dash is down. Jump and finish. He thought he had position, but he was wrong. Assassin things. Simply assassin things. That should be like a tagline. And now we just have the Arachne back there trying to hold off tower. It's me and 2 others. I got another person up. Let's see if I can like just force her out to keep this wave in. And she is gonna... Oh! And... did my ability even hit her at all? Wait, she's back? Oh, you brat! I thought I chased you out. Oh well, smart move on her, throwing her the spiders in. Throwing her spiders in, and then kind of getting away. That is exactly what I would do. To just kind of harass the enemy team as much as possible to keep them further from taking other additional objectives. So we have the Rajan ult there. He thought we were all ganged up around the corner. We were not. Totally wasted his ult. We've all done it. Because the most important thing to him at that moment was us keeping from going to the Titan. But now we are engaging. Now would have been a much better time to use his ult. Alright, and I see a low Spider Girl. I see, we see a low Morgan Le Fay. And, how are people getting the finishes off of these on me? That's okay. Giving away kills left and right. It's totally cool. We'll see if we can get the finish here on the Arachne. And we are yet not going to get the finish. We're done. This is max kills. We've reached max kills for the game. And we just burned down that Titan so fast now that we were first able to finish off the enemy team. So that is my Awilix game. I actually have to give all credit to Awilix, to a friend of mine I play with online. She is amazing at all assassins, and that's what really kind of inspired me to start playing assassins, realizing just how powerful they are. I just thought that they were just easy kills, because every time I would play them, I'd go into a fight and I would just get killed, but it's all about timing. If you're not good with an assassin, you just have to time it right. You just have to wait. You just have to have patience, and you will get the kills. I want to thank you for watching. Please please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed that. And if you'd like to get notified next time I upload a video, please go ahead and smash that notification bell. I want to, again, thank you for watching, and as always, have a most excellent day.